Lee from Western New South Wales Telehealth Support. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of how to add a device to TMS. First thing we need to do is go to the TMS website, which is up here, https://tms.health.nsw.gov.au/TMS. First thing we need to do is go into Systems and Navigator. Then on the left, we unpack until we find, make sure you hit endpoint and find your LHD. In this case, I'm going to be adding to the 707 Western New South Wales, which lists all the endpoints that are currently in that folder. Down the bottom, we click on Add Systems. First thing we need to do is add the IP address of the device we're adding. These can be left alone. The username and password for the device, we would configure that on the device before we add it to TMS, rather than add it with a default password which is blank and then go in, because TMS will then have an issue with it. So do it on the device first, then add it to TMS. That one there you can leave it alone. The template, which just applies all the settings for your particular LHD, is important. Just add, in this case, we're just going to the 707 auto enter on. Usage type is not overly important as far as I know. If you've got a Wally, you can use Rollabout, personal office system for a desktop type thing, or obviously meeting rooms and the like. So in this case, it's personal office system, and just hit the next button down the bottom. Okay, so this next screen will throw up an error saying that it's not added yet, and that's because there's no settings have been applied to it, or no, haven't given it any info yet. So we get this not yet added, wrong system settings. So we need to hit edit system over here. And we fill out some basic settings here. So firstly, the name of the device. Our naming conventions, usually the suburb and the facility, and it could be the department or whatever, then your dial-in number, including the prefix. So once we've got that, I would copy that. The next one we need to do is down here for H323ID1. Paste that. We take the number out of here. It's not overly important. This looks a bit cleaner when you make a call. You don't see that number. It's up to your personal preference. The SIP URI, I'm just going to do it that way for now, which is, I'll cut that number out, which matches this. And depending on the LHD as to what suffix you'll use, GWAS obviously is for Western only, so you'll have your own to put in there. And the E164 will need to be just the number by itself, nothing else. No area code, you could say. 707, it's just a straight number. Next thing we do is the system contact. On the little face icon there, and find who you want to be the contact basically for this device. For us, it's the Telehealth Support, Western New South Wales. And the other things we need to do is add in our gatekeepers. There's two different gatekeepers, and it's the same address. And that's it there, central reg vcspool.health.nsw.gov.au. you can just copy and paste that into the requested tip server. And that's all we need to do on this page. So we can just hit the save button down here. And this should now say it's been added. And we can hit the finish adding systems. Unless you've got more, then you can add more systems if you need to. Now, the only other thing that we would normally do here is go back into systems and the configuration templates. This will, even though we've already added the persistent template which means that the settings will be applied usually daily or depending on the schedule that you set. This will force all the settings directly onto the device straight away. So we go to our 707 auto enter on, little down arrow, set on systems. We'll unpack that to find the folder that we put ours in, which was the 707 Western New South Wales. Sometimes this doesn't pop up for some reason. It's a little bug. If you don't see it, just close it and open it again. You can scroll through. And we scroll down to find the system we just added, which was WHS test. Little arrow across. Here you can see all the devices that have our persistent template with this particular template. In this case, we just hit the once, just to apply it once, and hit set on systems. And that's it. So that's applied all the system settings that are required. And we're done.